So we'll kick it off, and then we'll pass it over to you in a bit, and you'll just tell your story for about 20 minutes.
Timer or anything like
There will be one on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll hear a ding in your
Hi,
in your ears.
Antoinette.
Okay.
Look at all these people coming on.
Hi, Evan. Hi, Andrew. Patricia Kovian.
Wait, Andrew might be my husband.
Really? Andrew?
Yeah.
Is that your husband's first
Yeah.
name? Andrew Short?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like an actor's name.
He would.
That's Martin Short.
Oh, but that's why it made me feel like it was an actor's name. You're right. That's good stuff there, Chad.
Evan McFadden sounds like a famous name, like a football player. Evan McFadden.
Strong
Maybe
name.
a little bit of rugby or something.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wonder if Evan's on yet. Lori Garmany. I like to try to say everybody's name.
Ton. Like yawn. It's spelled different. Ton, like yawn. Tanya.
We got Kat.
You actually say yaw with a yawn. So that's
Patricia.
Dean Benson, 95.
I see Rachel Vaughn. She's having some
soup. Looks like she has some soup or some jello.
Nice to
some
eat.
jello.
She's
Cornflakes.
Chicken.
Soup.
Chicken. It was chicken.
Chicken? No, it's not chicken.
Joel, what's going on, my man?
Rachel, there's a little on your chin.
You got that you got that New York hat on right there?
No one is safe.
That was
Lauren,
so evil.
No one is safe. Sammy Modique. Sammy's new. I don't recognize that name.
How about Jacqueline
Jacqueline
Briseno?
Where's that? I don't even see where you're looking.
Right there, where the hand is.
Joaquin. That's
Joaquin. I'm not very good at that. G.
Happy 7 months to Kat.
Oh, right. Cereal. Rachel's drinking cereal. Ingrid. Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Evan.
That's one of my favorite sayings. Yesterday is
history,
history. Tomorrow's a mystery.
Today's a gift.
Today is a gift. That's why they call it
I can't unmute.
the present.
No. No, you can't until we let you.
Who wants to unmute? Joaquin?
Joaquin.
All right. We'll let Joaquin unmute in a little while.
Like Joaquin
Well, let's get
Phoenix.
this party started, man. We already got 40 people up in here in the house.
Rachel's eating cereal for dinner, which is kind of cool, actually.
What kind do you think it is? You think she's having like corn pops?
I know. I'm going to go Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes?
Yeah. Maybe Harvest Quaker Crunch is a healthy cereal.
I'm judging.
Healthy cereal. Oatmeal.
Fruity Pebbles?
Oatmeal.
I do mess with some Fruity Pebbles.
Really?
Right.
Some Apple Jacks.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Some Apple Jacks. Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, that was good.
That's like my
I
son's
used to drink
favorite
water
growing
after
up.
that.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch or the Reese's Puffs. That's what my son ate.
Just like tear up the entire roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Captain Crunch would just wreck your
love
mouth,
Captain Crunch.
especially like if you were like me and a meth addict and you just like hadn't eaten in like 4 or 5 days, and your next meal was Captain Crunch.
Dry Captain
Hating
Dry
life,
Captain Crunch.
wouldn't be able to talk for days because your tongue would be all jacked up.
Fire.
Anyways,
Sam from Massachusetts. I've been followed. I followed the page for the first time at the meeting. Congrats on the personal 7 months. Hey, Sammy. How you doing? You know what? Honestly, I don't know if Sammy, is it a girl or a guy nowadays? I.e.
Sam from
girl's name? Yeah, I know
It's hard to
unisex.
say.
It's hard to say. So, Sammy Modique, welcome. Alicia, eating a whole pan of brownies just because things are crappy. Oh, sorry.
All right, let's get this party started. First and foremost, I want to start off and remind everybody that Shane is from Canada, so he does say things that may or may not offend people. So we want to throw that out right off the bat.
Yeah.
Please don't report. If you do report Shane,
I'll get
remember,
no, bro. I can't. They can't. I'll get deported. I'll be gone. I'm not. No.
It's to the Canadian embassy
Yeah.
that you want to report any.
Any problems or anything?
Yeah.
If I offend you or threaten you in any way, please.
He was also born in the 60s, so there's that as well.
God, you know what? Oh my Lord!
I'm sorry.
You see what's going on? You see what I fucking put up with your Lauren? You see why I've got
Listen,
attitude?
I'm starting to understand both sides.
You are. Okay.
All right. The Hopeaholics podcast.
Yeah, tell us. Let's be serious for a second.
Let's be serious. Let's take it down.
Because this is honestly, bro. This is people are dying.
People
That's
are
the
dying
truth.
from fentanyl.
From fentanyl, from other stuff. Mental health is on the rise. Drug addiction is on the rise. Everything negative is coming to a head. That's just the truth. Everything is rising.
So what are we going to do? We're going to offer a little bit of hope here.
Yeah, man, we have no choice. We have to fight.
I truly do, though. You guys like to remind everybody that the Hopeaholics podcast was started from a tragedy. I lost my son-in-law on 9/11 of 2022 to this fentanyl crisis, and that is when Shane and I decided to start Recovering Out Loud and joining this movement. You know, I also want to remind everybody that the Recover Out Loud, this meeting, is a movement, not a program. So continue doing what you do on a daily basis to stay sober. You know, if it's the 12 steps, that's like my program. You know, so I'm a stepper.
You are a stepper.
Shane's not a stepper.
No, I'm not. No,
Shane's a real God guy.
I'm a God guy.
You know,
I am a mental health advocate.
yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
And Natalie is not here. She is out.
Whoa, I even forgot we had a third for a second there.
Yeah.
Because we mash, bro. We can really get along.
We're the dynamic duo.
Yeah. The truth
Right?
is, never mind. I'm not even going to spill this.
Can you guys all
I'm not
vote
gonna.
whether you would rather it just stay
Yeah.
Shane
You
and
know what? I
I,
agree with that.
or bring back
Or should we just let her stay in Texas on her hunt? On her
Or just
hunt.
have Lauren be the new.
and bring back Natalie?
Whoa.
Can we get some?
Hang on a second.
Okay, we got 1 vote for Natalie,
I'm going to get fired for
2
sure.
votes for Natalie.
It'll be me gone, and you'll take my spot. There,
Right.
Lauren.
All right, all right.
Thanks, Lauren.
Apparently, fuck, we suck, bro. All right, we're nothing without her.
I get it.
I get it. You guys can stop the voting. We see that everybody wants Natalie back.
Okay, let's start.
She'll be back next week, guys. But she's out hunting. She does this once a year.
Elk.
She hunts for her food for the whole entire year.
Yeah.
You're joking.
Her meat.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she elk
How
hunts.
badass.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yes.
With a big rifle.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then they carve it up, they cut it up, and they taught her how to cut it up properly so you don't get the bad stuff in with the meat, because then it's bad. It rots.
Yeah.
And you
So
get
she's been doing that for 3 years.
Pooping.
I mean, I could never, but good for her.
Yeah. I'm not big on cutting people open either. No.
Yep.
Now, can you imagine how you have to start?
Natalie
I
stays.
know.
Well, we have
Literally
in
cannot.
Natalie's place, we have the amazing Lauren.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
They're over here.
Hi, guys. I'm looking at you here.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are on a
You're
TV
seeing me
screen.
here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn it over to Lauren. She's
Yeah.
gonna
Amazing.
share her experience, strength, and hope with you
Yeah.
guys tonight.
Well,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everybody over here.
It's confusing.
My name is Lauren, and I am a very grateful alcoholic. I always like to share that now because when I first came into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, I would hear that all the time. And I was 21 when I got sober, so I was like, ew, gross. Who's a grateful alcoholic? You know, this is the last place that I wanted to end up. You're telling me that you're grateful for all the misery, the shame, the pain that alcoholism has caused in my life. And so I just didn't understand it. But hopefully in the next 20 minutes, I'm able to share a little bit about where I come from, what my life was like, what I did to change things, and why today I am a grateful alcoholic. I just want to first thank you guys for having me here. I know we only just met like 5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
but I already feel like part of the team.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes.
But I'm not even going to lie. My first thought when I was asked to do this was, how can I lie to get out of it? What lie do I have to tell? I'm busy that day and that day and that day. You know, it's like, it's so funny because no matter how many years we do this thing, like you were saying about, you know, on the live today, joining the meeting, like we may not want to, but we're always going to feel better afterwards, right? And this is why we do what we do. So thank you guys for having me against my will. What it was like for me, my dad was a single father, total normie, like as normie as you can get. I never saw him with a drink in hand ever. And my mother was the opposite. She had struggled with her own disease, left when I was 2. She had 4 kids, left all of us. And so it was no secret in my household why she was absent. We all knew. We all knew who she was, what she did, what she chose. And for my older brother, that was enough to like scare him straight. My older brother did not have his first drink until the same year that I got sober. So if that shows you anything in like the difference of us, right? I think it's also important to understand that, let me back up a little bit. My dad, when he would talk to us about this and explain addiction and alcoholism to us, he didn't know much about it. He just knew he tried to help my mom and it didn't work and she dipped, you know? And I remember him specifically talking to me, not my brother, but me, and saying, Lauren, you are manipulative. You are controlling. You are bossy. You are just like your mother. And if you ever pick up a drink or a drug like she did, your life is going to end up just like hers. Again, scared my brother straight. But for me, I was like, challenge accepted. I must have been like 5-6 years old, you know, like I wasn't thinking like, oh, of course, you know, I'm going to do exactly what she did. That's not my frame of thought. My frame of thought was, you just admitted that I am controlling and bossy. Do you think that I'm going to let you tell me how to live my life? You know, and I really set out from that point forward to like, I was like, I'm going to prove everybody wrong. She clearly did something wrong that I won't do wrong. I'm going to do it the right way, right? And as time went on, I think it's important to understand that those characteristics of mine were so obvious that my own dad spoke on them years before I ever picked up the first drink. And I think that's important to know because it shows that, at least for me, I was showing signs and symptoms of this disease before I ever actually did it. So that shows me that I can't blame the drink or the drug. This is who I am, and that's but a symptom, right? So I ended up having my first drink at 12 years old. I remember walking into 6th grade, and I see 6th graders now, wow. And I'm like, oh, you're a baby, you know? Right. Like, what was I doing? And I met this girl. Her name was Kaylin. Kaylin ended up being my best friend. We did everything together. We were partners in crime, everything. Do you guys remember that movie 13? You're Canadian. Maybe you don't have that there. Do you know 13?
What?
13?
That sounds like me.
Okay, does anybody here in the meeting remember 13? Please. Okay, it was this brunette girl.
She's really aging
me,
us now.
Or aging myself. I don't even know.
No.
And then her, we looked kind of like the girls on the movie. Mm-hmm. And they were 13-year-old girls.
Troublemakers.
Doing bad stuff. Like bad stuff. Everything from like the triple C's to the dust off to the, you know, tongue rings to just like bad girls, you know, at 13. And it was, I remember like she was a little bit more experienced than I was in this department. And so she brought me to her room, and I remember taking my first drink. And I think we also like smoked a little nug that her brother dropped like out of an apple or something like that. And I just remember being on my knees and like my hands up in the air. And I was like, this is the best feeling ever. And I want to feel like this every single day for the rest of my life. And I tried to do just that for the next many years, you know. I won't get into like all the details because we all know all the things that we get into and do. But I started basically tornadoing through Southern California, you know, chasing the dude, chasing the drugs, the alcohols, the parties, the this, the that, the friends, like all the things. Like I was putting so many people, places, and things like as my like higher power, I guess, you know, like I was worshiping like all the wrong things in life. And in the midst of like that tornado, I got a call that that best friend of mine passed away from a heroin overdose. And that was my first experience with like real loss, especially suddenly and young. You know, we were 18, and I'll never forget because I always said to myself, like, I'm young, you know, I can experiment like everyone does, right? I would tell myself things like, as long as I did well in school, that it's fine. But then the bar would start getting lower and lower and lower. And at one point it was, I'm not shooting it in my arm, I'm just smoking it. It's fine, right? And so the bar would just keep moving and moving and moving. And the one thing that Kaylin and I always said was that we weren't going to do heroin and we weren't going to do meth, because that's, you know, her brother did heroin and my mom did meth, and we were like, we're going to prove everybody wrong. We're not going to be like them, blah, blah, blah. Well, she ended up 6 feet under, you know, and I ended up doing both of those drugs anyway, you know? And so the bar just, like I said, kept going lower and lower and lower, to the point where like I didn't recognize myself, like physically, literally in mirrors, but also like emotionally. Like when I was young, I had so many hopes and dreams for myself. And at this point in life, I stopped. I didn't even think that I was going to make it past 30. So like, why would I have hopes and dreams for my future? Why would I have goals and set goals for myself? Like I started to then almost surrender in the wrong way to the disease, because I realized, okay, I'm wrong. I am going to be just like her. And this is my destiny, I guess. Like this is just who I am. This is how I was born. And I have to kind of live with it, you know? And so I did my whole thing. And, you know, I think a lot of us have different stories as far as like where things end us up, but we can relate on the feelings and the emotions that come with this disease. And I was so broken. I understood incomprehensible demoralization. I hated myself. I lost every job, every person that I cared about. I lost my self-respect, my dignity. I lost my mind. And all of this ended me up in a place where a lot of us resort to, which is grandma's house.
Right.
Because like, who else is going to let you in? Grandma's going to let you in, you know? Grandma did not have a lot of space in her house. So grandma let me stay in this little room that kind of looked, it was like a pantry, walk-in closet room.
Yeah.
My dad owned a skincare clinic, so we had like an extra massage table, and that was my bed, because not even a twin-size bed could fit in there. It was so small. And it was like, okay, this is better than nothing, you know? Because like, as much as I had all these like rules for myself of like, as long as you do good in school, as long as you this and that, as long as whatever, the reality of what actually happened, because that was my delusion, but the reality of what happened was I left my house when I was 16 because my relationship with my dad was so terrible from my own doing. I was like couch surfing for a while. At 16, I dropped out of high school, got my GED, thank God. But I was just like so used to building my life up, tearing it down, building my life up, tearing it down. And at this point, at grandma's house, living in the pantry on a massage table, I felt so defeated that I was like, I don't know if I have it in me to build it back up again. You know, I don't know if I have that one in me anymore. And I, again, started to like surrender to the disease a bit. I was like, this is just my life. This is what it's going to be like. And I was there for, I don't even know how long, maybe a few months, but the last 2 weeks being in that pantry is something that I will never forget. I did not want to live anymore. And I did not see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was like too coward to actually like do anything. But what I was willing to do was get a crap ton of, my drug of choice is Vicodin and Xanax and lots of pills and vodka together. And that's the cocktail pretty much almost every single day since I was 12 years old. There were other party favors in there, but like that was the standard. And I got enough Xanax and vodka to pretty much rot away is what I was hoping for, to just like drift into a sleep and not wake up kind of a thing. Didn't happen. I just kept waking up. And I was so miserable and I was so ashamed of myself that I didn't even leave that room for 2 weeks. I was so afraid of like running into my grandma and having her see me in the state that I was in, that like I literally stayed in my room. It's like maybe TMI, but like I peed in empty vodka bottles and like I threw up in my own clothes and like rolled it and like threw it like to the side. I was so disgusting on the outside and I felt even worse inside. And one of the only friends that I had left, her name was also Lauren. She was like, "You're gonna die. You need to go eat something maybe." And so she picked me up and I was like, if we're going to eat, we're going to go to Benihana's. So we literally go to Benihana's in Torrance, California, if anybody knows that one. And I never make it to the dinner table. I stay at the bar for about 6 hours. I lost it, completely lost it. I lost my mind in the bathroom stall. They called the police on me. I got into my friend's car. It was raining. I was so like hysterical. She got in it, she did a hit and run on our way to my Connect's house. And apparently I had called, mind you, this entire thing was told to me after the fact because I was completely blacked out. Yeah. I don't remember any of this. And I had asked my family member for my mom's phone number in this blackout. And I called her, supposedly, and asked her for help. I had heard through the grapevine that she was sober and that she was living in Orange County. I was in LA. And she was like doing well. And I was like, good for her, from afar. Mm-hmm. But my subconscious was like, no, we're going to call her and we're going to ask her for help. And the next morning, I woke up in Costa Mesa in her house. And you guys, wow. I'm used to waking up in weird places. Like, that was not new for me by any means. What was new for me was recognizing a face that I only knew from photos, someone that I hadn't seen or talked to in 10 years, 12 years, something like that. And I was just like, what the fuck happened last night? And she proceeded to tell me everything that had gone down, that I was telling her my whole life story till 4:00 in the morning and like all the things. And she was like, Lauren, you are the most articulate drunk I've ever seen in my entire life. She's like, I would have never known you were blacked out, but I smelled it on you. She's like, I wouldn't even have known that you were drinking. And I was like, that's scary. That's so scary. Because I would drive that way. Like I would do, so anyway, she asked me two very, very important questions that day on the couch, and I'll never forget. She said, are you done? And are you willing to do whatever it takes for a different life? And I said yes to both things. That was March 26, 2012, and I've been sober ever since. I am very, very grateful for her. She pushed me in the right direction, but allowed me to do what I needed to do in my own recovery. I ended up in sober living for 1.5 years. I didn't have insurance. I had like literally the clothes on my back and a purse and like no life. So like I didn't get to go to like treatment and like do all the things. And like I see stuff now and I'm like, oh, that's bougie. Like that's nice. But like I got to sober living and I was like sharing a bedroom and all my roommates were like talking shit about it. And I was like, this is nice. Like I was living on a massage table, y'all. Like this, I'm stoked right now. And honestly, I'm so grateful for like the gift of desperation. I wish I could say that I was like so gung-ho about AA and like getting sober at first, but that's just like not at all what happened. I didn't know what I wanted out of this. I didn't know if I just wanted to like get my life together for a couple months or learn how to manage myself better, or just like this was the building up and knocking it down, cycle again. I didn't know what I wanted, but what I did know is that I didn't want what I had anymore. And what I did know is that when I woke up that morning and saw my mom staring at me, that she looked happy and that she looked sober and that she had some things, her own apartment and like stuff, and I was just like, this is not the woman that I've been hearing about my whole life. This is a different woman in front of me. And so I believed it was working for her. And then she took me and introduced me to a bunch of women who like helped me without asking for anything in return. And I was like, what is this world? And I started to see, not in the way that they talked, because like anybody can talk a good game, but in how they showed up in their own lives and how they treated other people, the relationships in their lives. And I started to watch these people and I started to believe that it was working for them too. So I don't really know what I wanted out of this. I could have never thought that I would be sitting here with like 12 and a half years of sobriety at that stage of my life. You guys told me to get a sponsor. I did that. You guys told me to work the 12 steps. I did that. You guys told me that as alcoholics, we don't think a lot of ourselves, but we think of ourselves a lot. And I was like, oof, do I identify with that? I can relate to that. And you guys also told me that I don't ever have to drink or use again, even if I want to. And I believed you because I saw it, I saw it happening and I believed that. You guys also said that if I did these things, these simple things that were laid out in front of me, I don't even have to make up my own path. I just have to follow some steps on the wall and do these things. Pick up trash after a meeting, whatever, do these things, that I could have a life beyond my wildest dreams. And I am telling you, didn't happen fast, but I am living that life. It hasn't always been this way. Like, I was kind of a dumbass for my first 4 years because I picked and chose where I wanted to bring God into my life, right? And so I was doing the deal, but not in some areas. And it wasn't until maybe 4 or 5 years in, and I just had a rebrand of my whole recovery, just head to toe, changed where I lived, got out of the relationship, did all the things, but more importantly, really dove into my relationship with a higher power. And I saw the opportunity to have hopes and dreams again. I saw that I could live past 30. I saw that maybe I do want children someday, and I, how much time do we have left?
You're good.
A minute? Okay. I started to just change everything that I did. And now, life still happens, right? Life is still absolutely in session. I just lost a sponsee a month ago. Damn. And it's rocked my world completely. And I've been dealing with infertility for 2 years. My mom relapsed 9 years ago and haven't talked to her since. So it's things happen. But now, thanks to Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, all the 12 steps, I have tools. And I have tools to get through those things. And every time when I first went through a hurdle in life and I got through it sober, I was oh, okay, I can do this, right? And then I get through the next one and it's okay, I can do this. And it just gets bigger and bigger. And then, you go through some really tough stuff because life does continue. But that's also a gift that life gets to continue. And I try not to take that for granted. So today, my life is is insane. Like, I finally fixed my picker and I have the most amazing husband. We have such a good life. Like, we have the house, we have the cars, we have the golden retriever, like we have the life that I like never thought possible for myself in that regard. But the biggest gift that I've gotten in my recovery is peace of mind, my serenity. Like, that's something that, like, I was on like 3 seasons of a reality show on Netflix. I don't care what it is. Nothing is going to is worth like my peace of mind and my serenity today. Like, I will protect that at all costs. And so, like, not even for a show, not even for the fame, not even for the followers, like whatever. I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, this is my purpose today. And I am so incredibly blessed. Like, I wouldn't change it for anything. And so thank you guys for sharing my recovery today. My name is Lauren, and I am a very grateful alcoholic.
Wow, thank you.
I want to clap.
Yeah.
Clap that out.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like how she started the whole thing, because like it's so funny. You have to, if you get a chance, go in and listen tomorrow at like 5. Shane and I did our weekly wins on Wednesday. We filmed it today, but it drops tomorrow. And we are both speaking at this conference tomorrow in front of like 500 people.
Nice.
And I was telling Shane, like, when they called me and asked me to speak on this,
did you try to lie your way out of it?
Well, no, my first thought is like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Can I tell you something real quick? I preach, and so I have to then follow my own advice, right? That you cannot control your first thought. That is just going to pop in your brain. We can't control that. But by working step 3, we can control our second thought and our first action. And that is something that has like changed the way that I actually live out in the world.
It's so funny because in what I said, though, I actually have like a little mantra.
I love it.
It goes like this: first thought, wrong. Second thought, questionable.
Okay.
So I was like, hell no. They said that's what I thought in my head was, no, I don't public speak. I don't like public speaking. Which is a lie. I do like public speaking.
I was like, wait.
I have a fear of public speaking.
Okay.
So those are 2 different things.
Sure.
But my fear tells me that I don't like it. I actually really enjoy it once I get settled in and start talking. But my second thought was, why would they want me to come speak? Like, who am I? I have nothing to share.
Yeah.
That's what my head tells me.
Yeah.
And like, then I start to put it in perspective, because I too, God's will called, I've been called to be the voice for the fentanyl crisis, because I lost my son-in-law, and I made a promise to him, to myself, and to God, that I will do whatever it takes to spread the awareness about fentanyl, because we are losing people left and right.
Yeah.
I've worked in this industry for 22 years. That's all I've ever done. I've never seen anything like this. And then it hit my home. And I promised that I would do whatever was put in front of me, even if that meant embarrassing myself in front of the world.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me. Like, none of this is about me. I just don't want another family member to go through what we went through.
Yeah.
Because when I look in my little girl's eyes, she's about to be 24 now. She lost the love of her life. She's the one that found him dead.
Stop.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I loved this kid like a son. And I don't care what happens, as long as I can get up there and tell you guys that, like, there's hope, man. And we don't have to live that way anymore.
I do. I do know.
And that there is nothing wrong with having a mental health or an addiction problem. Nothing.
I was so embarrassed about it. and I would deny it. The Delulu was so strong, guys. Okay. But now I'm so open about it. I work in a professional setting, and I say professional if you guys know where I work. But
I'm gonna tell you guys where she works. She works. I don't know where she works for her job. I haven't actually watched the show, but if you want to see her on Netflix, it's the Selling OC.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
yeah.
Selling OC.
So let me see. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite shows.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My wife watches it.
My wife watches
My
it
wife
too.
always watches.
All the guys tell me that. Oh, my wife watches it. It's like, you watch too.
No, you're darn right. You're darn right we do.
Yeah, I'll get home and she'll have it on TV, and
I pretend I'm sleeping.
It's like guilty pleasure stuff.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
pretend I'm
mean?
sleeping.
It's
She
like-
says, "Honey, you watching?" No, no, I'm
But
not
let me
watching.
tell you though, I love to watch. I watch so much reality TV. I love to watch the drama, maybe because I'm so far removed from that life nowadays,
yeah.
But it is a different beast, actually being in it.
Part of
It's so icky when you're living on this side of the plane. It's like, oof, no thank you. Yeah.
She said, "Oof."
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the
We got 2 hands up there.
to the next part of our
We have
show.
14 unknown messages. They're
Yeah, look at that.
red.
34. It says, Shane, you got to
Oh,
put your glasses on, buddy.
34 messages. Whoa.
Oh, my God. And all 34 of them are votes for Natalie. What? I'm just kidding.
No.
13 going on 30. Was that the show?
No.
Oh.
It was just 13. Yes. See?
So the
People
funny
get
thing
it.
is I'm old. So that show was probably after my time.
Also, I don't think regular people were watching this movie.
Only the crazy people.
It's you either related to it or you were like, what are these young girls doing?
Right.
It was just it was actually kind of gross if you look at it back now.
All right. We've got Zoom user. It's Matt. Is that Matt?
It is, yes, sir. Good memory, man. Good memory. I still don't know. I'm not even gonna give it a go to change the name on Zoom. But Lauren, that's I do this thing where I just write down similarities every single meeting because I don't know, it really helps me keep my attention. And every single week it gets down to about 14, 15, 16 different similarities. And what really struck me as odd or just weird is that I literally started experimenting in 6th grade with my friend Alex and Deontay, and I was kind of the one who spearheaded it all because I was in a house filled with safes that had every drug known imaginable, and I got my way every single time when I asked to smoke or to drink or whatever, whether it be me being manipulative, because right now I have a nephew that's 16 and that dude is a baby to me. So thinking at 11 or 12 to give him anything I would hate myself. So I got sober in 2022 when I was 25. I wish I found it at 21. But I'm a little bit nervous going into, it's like a weird little switch, but I'm nervous going into winter. Because last winter I had a relapse and got into fentanyl and still dealing with a lot of shame after a year of sobriety. And when things get comfortable and I start to add responsibilities onto my plate, I feel a really good deal of when am I going to fuck this up? And when you were talking, I just got washed over that. And then at the end, when you kind of brought it all back for hope and the simplicity of it to kind of just take a step back and remember that you don't have to do this all alone is what rejuvenated me. So that's super, just it's awesome to wrap it up with positivity and yeah, everything. It's overwhelming. It's hard to even describe. I have lost a really good relationship that I had with a girl to fentanyl, and I'm literally watching her in active addiction and just got more charges added onto her plate with it all. And to see somebody willing to risk it all do anything for that drug, just the same way I did, is heartbreaking. And just trying to move on from it all and gain new, better friends. And the sobriety community is beautiful, and I'm struck with love with the people who I'm surrounded by. And you're right, they really do show up in actionable ways that are just incredible. So thanks for your share. You're awesome. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. We got Jennifer.
Hi, guys. Lauren, thank you so much for your share. I think that you had so many common threads that a lot of us can relate to. So it was rather refreshing to hear you speak. You are a fabulous speaker, quite motivational. So thank you. I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you all. 2 weeks ago tonight, I was in the palliative care floor with my son's father. When I was on the meeting, I was in the bathroom. And when there started to be some commotion out in the my ex-husband's room, I jumped off the call. I wanted to speak that night. And I wanted to speak because while I have almost 1,600 days of sobriety and recovery, that will actually take place on Thursday. So yay for me. I was feeling very triggered, and I thought, I'm glad that I can recognize when I'm feeling triggered, but now I need to figure out what I'm going to do, because it feels like a fight or flight kind of a thing. I don't know if anyone else has that experience or not. And when I was on the call last week, I had thought that I would speak as well, but I was really exhausted. I wanted to share, especially with Chad, because Chad knows my son in addition to knowing me. Joe is still sober also, and he too was really feeling triggered with his dad dying in front of us, but it was a blessing. He was stage 4 cancer, and he was in heart failure, and he was in kidney failure. And he also had double pneumonia. And my son kept saying, but he gave up. He quit on us. And I said, honey, it's not going to get any better than what it is. But this has been weighing on my heart. But you know what? The Hopeaholics, you guys got me through that too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings to all of you. And thank you for letting me share. I'm a humble and grateful alcoholic too. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Wow. Bro, you really got to buy in. I mean, it's the bottom line, man. People got to buy in. If you don't buy in, we're not going to survive. People are not going to survive if you don't buy in to the love, if you don't buy into the God, if you don't buy in, you got to buy in.
I'm sold, Shane. I'm sold.
I want to sell everybody, man. I want to sell everybody.
I mean, how amazing is this life? Like, I'm one of those kind of addicts, man, that wasn't functional. I didn't know how to live, and like I get to live this life today.
Sometimes I think, like, why are we the lucky ones? You know what I mean? Like, especially like I'm obviously just going through some grief too, but it's like it just always smacks you in the face where it's like, wow, I don't want to take this for granted at all. Like, I am getting to do these things, and I get to complain, and I get to live life today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's amazing. But here's the thing. Even if you're sober and you got time sober, you guys got time sober.
Yeah.
Even if you're sober, you still have mental health issues.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I like to call them challenges,
Challenges,
man.
whatever.
You know,
I like to call them wackadoodles, but that's fine.
I've got mental health challenges, all the time, man.
Yeah.
My head, this thing does not want me living this life.
My doctor put me on Wellbutrin to quit vaping.
Yeah.
Guess what? Apparently I was depressed because I feel great.
That is
I'm like, wow.
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
All right. It's Mitch. What's going on, Mitch?
Mitch.
Where you been?
And he's live.
All right, Mitch.
He's coming on. He's going to put his camera on here for in a second. He's putting his shirt on, and he's going to put his camera on now.
There we go.
There he comes.
Hey.
Hey, Mitch.
All right, can you guys hear me?
We
Yep.
can, yeah, there you are. We can see you now.
All right, what's up, guys?
Is it- Did they turn Mitch into a robot?
Mitch,
Mitch is a robot.
Mitch, are you okay?
Are you okay, Mitch?
Mitch, you okay? Are you in the basement of someone's house? Are you being kidnapped? Have you been kidnapped?
Blink twice.
Mitch, have you been kidnapped?
Well, no, bad connection.
Really bad connection, bro.
All right, let's mute this.
Yeah, we got to.
We'll-
Mitch,
we'll-
I apologize, man.
Mitch,
We got to
you're
come
gonna,
back to you.
you're gonna have to move somewhere
Yeah, go
else
upstairs. Get out of the dungeon.
and put your hand back up. And we're gonna move on to. I don't have my
Leah.
Aliyah.
I'm trying to live without my glasses tonight, and I can't read, but I
Is
can
it-
see people.
Is it Aliyah?
Aaliyah.
Hi, it's Alia.
Aaliyah.
Aliyah. I think I was the closest.
You were the closest. Thanks.
Have you
hi,
made
guys.
Aaliyah?
It was, but it's not Aaliyah.
I'm joking.
Anything but Aaliyah, please.
I'm sorry.
So I just want to say, Lauren, thank you so much for that share. I related to pretty much everything when you were talking about being in the bathroom of the Benihana. I felt that with my entire soul. Like, there are so many restaurants and bars that I am still banned from to this day. If you are in Florida or anyone knows about Flanagan's, I still cannot go there, like to the entire franchise. But yeah, it's just crazy, like the things that we would do, and then you reaching out to your mom in a blackout. I have I have an abusive father that I have been estranged from for years, and I would black out and call him and not remember. And it's just crazy, like the things that we do. And so I had 2 years clean, and unfortunately decided that I was not done and went back out. And you know, I got really, really invested in, I'm part of Narcotics Anonymous. I got really invested in that program. I was like the perfect sponsee, the perfect addict. I did everything I was supposed to. I got a sponsor. I spoke at meetings. I did H&I commitments, everything. My steps, I had sponsees, whatever. But then I started to build like this huge resentment against the program, and I was not honest about it. And it ate me alive. And at 18 months or 2 years, I went away to a wedding, and just like that, ordered a drink after 2 years. Like it's crazy how scary and how quick this disease, I mean, it really wasn't quick in hindsight, but like how quick the person that I was with went to the bathroom. And as soon as they went to the bathroom and left me at the bar, I said, give me a vodka lemonade. Just like that. And then I came back from the vacation, and I actually went back to the rooms, but I physically went back, but I never mentally returned. Like I opened that box, and as soon as I opened that box, this disease like took over. And, you know, now thankfully I'm back. I will have 4 months tomorrow. And, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful because in my entire 2 years before, I never got the lift of the obsession lifted from me. And in 4 months, it's been lifted. And I'm so, so grateful for that. But I just wanted to share that. Thank you guys. Thanks for listening to my ramble.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Alia.
Aliyah. Look at that cute little
Is that a
rabbit.
rabbit?
That
Little
little
bunny?
rabbit right there.
Where?
Right, you see the
In the
rabbit?
pink.
Yeah,
Oh.
with the initials DC.
Yeah.
She's a cutie pie.
You think?
Yeah,
How cute.
that's my wife,
Oh.
Uh-huh.
What's your wife's name?
Donna.
You just blinked.
Donna.
You just
Hi.
Blink twice.
I wonder, blink, Donna, and does the rabbit blink by itself, or does it blink when you blink?
Oh, look it did
You
it.
just blinked.
Hi,
Yeah.
babe.
See that? Never mind. That's not my wife. My wife doesn't show up.
Chuck, you're up.
What? What's so funny? What?
I hope your wife.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
I hope
how you
Shane's
doing?
wife
Hey,
sneaks
Chuck.
on here one time and
Hey,
just like
Chuck, how you doing, buddy?
sneaks on and listens to his shenanigans.
I like Shane shenanigans.
Yeah, I
that
like you
Canadian
too. I
humor
like
just
you too,
rubs
Chuck.
off.
Yeah. It rubs, it grows on you like a pimple
Like a-
on your butt.
Right? God. Let's see what I put up with Lauren. You see what I deal with here
Oh, what?
on a daily basis.
Listen, you can't control your first thought, can you?
No.
You're,
First thought, bad thought.
yep. All right, Chuck, you're up. We'll give the mics to
man.
you.
That's all good. Hey, my name's Chuck. I'm an alcoholic. I'm grateful I woke up today instead of coming to. And I like to share today because there was a lot of similarities in there. But the one thing I picked out was coming to in different places. I remember that very distinctly towards the end of my drinking run. Coming to in other cars, coming to in fields. I don't know where the hell I was at. Coming to in other places, I'm like scratching my head when I come to and look around, and pretty amazed I'm still walking around on this earth today. And I can look back at it and laugh today, and be pretty amused of some of the dumb stuff I used to do. But the other thing that is the attraction rather than promotion that was talked about, seeing the other people in the room having these. Being happy, being cordial, having a good life. And I remember coming in back in 08, these 3 or 4 gentlemen, I call them the old goats. They were, man, I just couldn't get it. I couldn't understand why they were so happy. I couldn't understand why they were having such a good life. And I thought they were BSing the whole time. But then I figured it out after about 3 to 6 months. I'm like, they're not lying to me. These guys, it started rubbing off because I started seeing things in my recovery happening, which I was pretty damn amazed. So 16 years later, being where I'm at today, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still showing up, suiting up and showing up. And life isn't so bad. I'm not a glum lot, That's what I kept hearing in the rooms. They'll love me till I love myself. I hear Shane talk about love, God, and all the ingredients of having a good life. And that's what's been delivered to me, being able to live a fulfilled life every day. Do I do it perfectly? No, I don't. I'd say if I say I was doing it perfect, I'd be lying to everybody in this room tonight. And I did a lot of lying before, and that's not my MO today. And what I wrote earlier in the chat part of it, I wrote that in my workout log, because every day is a gift that I'm able to be on my 2 feet walking around. And I don't forget those things, and I don't forget where I came from. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, bro.
Definitely don't want to forget where we came from, man.
Can't.
That's the one time that I forgot where I came from. The one time that I forgot what it was like out there was that one time that I put a needle in my arm.
Yeah, you only picked up a little that day.
Yeah.
Only lasted a few years.
Yeah, it only I struggled for the next 5 years.
Yeah, bro. God.
My pain was refunded in full.
Mm-hmm.
Plus.
My meth-induced psychosis was refunded in full.
Mm-hmm.
The CIA gave me my badge back immediately. They were like, "You're the only guy we know."
There you go, man. So you're the spring vote for us.
Yeah, you're the only
Get
guy.
out there.
Get out there.
Get out there.
Jump in your iPhone, become a digital person. And
What'd you give up that run?
Hmm?
What you gave up a lot that run? That was a bad run for you, bro.
Yeah,
That was nasty.
yeah. I gave up everything
Everything.
for nothing.
For nothing. Look at you now.
AK.
AK.
What's up, everybody?
Hi,
My
AK.
name's I'm from 3A. Chad, My heart goes out to you and your family for your loss. What you're doing here is God's work, and I'm sure you're earning your way in heaven. Shane, you could tag along because you come from Canada. Or I'm just messing with you there, buddy. That arm is my daughter's arm. This is the last time, like, a smile on my face was genuine. It comes and it goes. And Lauren, your story, the part that stuck out to me, and I apologize because my head was confused for a punching bag for a little while. But Lauren, the serenity that you spoke about, that's powerful. I seek it. I seek it on a daily basis. And I think the addiction is an addiction of the mind, right? It's like for people to tell you that you're eloquent and you're verbose and intelligent or can construct a linear thought process. But while you're inebriated, you can do so while you're sober, sitting in front of a camera, and me just learning because I don't watch TV. I'm still recovering, and so you gotta forgive me for not being like up to date. I just figured out how to spell my name and pronounce it and turn on a television screen through my phone. Serenity, yeah, 4 days I get 4 years. And I'm supposed to go and pick up a coin. But I got stuck at step 4. So like I went to 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's just a linear line of doing a fearless moral inventory, and that's where I keep hitting the brick wall. And I love your story because at the end of it, it gives me hope. And hope is the bottom of Eric Erickson's psychosocial development, right? It is the virtue that we come out of with if we develop hope. And from that, there is a jumping board to wisdom. And sitting in front of all of you, because I hear nothing but wisdom, except from Shane. Sometimes I hear.
The disses are real.
Yeah.
My name's AK. I'm from 3A.
Thank you.
Thanks, AK. Rachel Vaughn's
Yeah.
in the house.
Hi guys.
Hey, Rachel.
Grateful recovering alcoholic addict. I really like how you said that, Lauren. I can remember going into the meetings the first time and thinking, like, that's crazy. How could you? Why? Like, I didn't understand, just like you. And I also remember, just like you, at the age of 15, when I took my first drink, I thought, I said, I love it. I am an alcoholic, and I wanted to feel like that forever. And I chased it for decades. And I, like you, went to grandma's. I had my car repossessed. I
Same.
quit paying the house payment for the little trailer my daughter and I lived in. My mom let my daughter stay, and then it kind of gets sketchy. I'm not exactly sure where my daughter was. I assume my mom's, but my grandma had a spare room, much like you talked about, very teeny, just barely a bed fit in it. I was working a second shift, and I would stay up smoking meth and not come home till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And I would go in the bathroom to take my shower and stuff underneath the door with towels and crack the window and blow smoke out the window. And she finally set me down and said, "Don't think I don't know what you're doing, because I do. And if that's what you're going to do, you're not going to do it here. And when you get off work, if you want to come and have some place to sleep, this is where you're going to do it. The door will be unlocked until midnight. After that, you're on your own." And there was a couple nights I spent under my sister's in-laws carport in a very, very dark place, just hoping it would be the last. And then I got arrested. I went to rehab and I relapsed on heroin. Thought that would be a better idea. Did the same thing in a very dark place. And thankfully, God kept me alive to be here again today. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I found out I have a blockage in my heart. I'm having a heart cath on Friday. Almost a year ago to the date, I almost died in the same hospital because a surgeon made a mistake and my heart rate dropped, and they had a really hard time keeping me alive. So I'm a bit scared, but I'm grateful that I'm alive. And, if God sees fit to take me this time, I think that I've done what I can. But the one thing that I wanted to say, I didn't get on here last week. I forgot all about it. Sorry about that. A girlfriend of mine at college, her roommate died of a suspected overdose. And she told me that I was an inspiration. And I said, I've heard it said before in the rooms, it's like congratulating me for running out of a burning building. And she said, but if a fireman came in and pulled you out of that building, we'd congratulate him, wouldn't we? And I was like, mind blown. So congratulations on stepping out of that burning building. I appreciated your story. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
I mean, I like it because you know what? Some people would just stay in the burning building and just burn.
Yeah.
Crash and burn. At least we.
And then wonder why it hurts so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Julian Perez. What's going on, Julian?
Hi.
Hi, Julian.
I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict to like a lot of things like meth and all that stuff. I had a good 2 years on that stuff, and I just wanted to talk about like ego death helping me move away from the person I used to be, and then me applying all the wisdom that I learned in my life. Because I did do a lot of studying. Thank God that I did that, because I was always like trying to study because I knew one day I was gonna bust out of this or die. It was gonna be one or the other. And I just wanted to say that when you let yourself, when you know that your past self is like not really who you are, you change all the time every day as you grow, as you age. Like, it lets you be able to let that past self go a little better and a little easier, you don't hold on to it and stuff. And I just want to like tell everybody that just hang in there and just you're doing if you're sober for one day, that's great, because you're doing what you have to do, and it's gonna flourish into something better, and even if you relapse, I've been sober for 6 days, right? But even if you relapse, as long as you keep trying till the last day, you'll be all right. And just like can I read something for y'all real quick?
Oh yeah.
It's a little thing out of the Four Agreements. I like that book.
Love that book.
It's always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I hear exactly what I need to hear, as I reflect. And first off, Chuck says, let's stay in today. I have a hard time doing that sometimes. And I know that I have a in speaking engagement.
I was already there tomorrow. Like, no, I'm not gonna lie.
But what he
minutes.
just said right
Yeah.
now, that little reading from the Four Agreements,
Yeah.
was like, I've heard that before because
Yeah.
I've read that, and also one of the treatment centers that I went through, they went through that book. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Because like literally tomorrow, all I need to do is show up
Yeah.
and do my best.
Yeah.
I always say you can't mess up your own story.
No,
You just share it, you know?
it's your story.
It's
Nobody
yours.
knows it better
Nobody
than you.
knows.
No one knows.
Nobody
No one
knows.
knows.
You can't mess it up,
Chef
you know?
Mike has something we want to read. Do you want to? You get your glasses on?
What? I don't need my glasses. I can see far away.
Kenny, let's go.
You want me to read it?
Sure, why not?
Easier to type than talk. 4 months ago, I was robbed 5,500 in Las Vegas, where I live. Lost my job and became homeless. I'm sober now, 56 days. Got my own condo October 1st and started a union job as a chef, $28 an hour, and gained 15 pounds. I did rehab at Desert Hope here in Las Vegas. I know them. And finally doing the best ever in my life at age 48. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran with PTSD and MST, military sexual trauma, at age 19 years old from in the Persian Gulf. I'm trying to be a recovering alcoholic. Can someone read this? I just did.
I like Chef Mike.
Yeah, thanks for your service, Chef
Yeah, man.
Mike.
We take veterans very, 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 very seriously here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 3 contracts with the Veterans Administration, and
Do you
we
really?
we
I
do.
love this
Yeah.
so
we
much.
do. We do.
I didn't really understand how impactful and important it was until I met my husband, whose father is a veteran.
Wow.
And he lived and breathed it,
Yeah.
you know, and had a foundation helping other veterans with PTSD. So it was like, now I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I really get it.
Yeah.
Well, nothing actually upsets me more than the way our veterans are treated here.
Mm-hmm.
Their health care is subpar to Canada, and not even. And they should have, every single person that has served for us should have better health care than we do.
Agreed.
That's
Just
guaranteed.
period.
Agreed.
Period.
You know, whatever the best health care is out there.
Yeah.
And right now for this type of treatment, it's probably UMR or Cigna. They should all have something better than that. And they should be able to get into treatment when they need it with no questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
And
Agreed.
it is absolutely not that way.
I agree.
So anyways, thank you for your service.
Yeah, man.
Thanks guys for showing up. It's Mitch. Does he think he's got a
Let's give him a chance.
We're gonna give you one
Hang
more
on a
chance.
second. First, let's have a
Mitch, but-
small vote. There's only 4 of us, and Emily's nodding her head. No, don't have a vote. I think it's going to be fine.
All right, it's Mitch. You
Well,
got
Emily's
like
in a mean mood
2 minutes and 33 seconds.
What's up, you guys? Can you guys hear me?
We hear
Better.
a little bit better. You sound like a robot still,
A
but
little underwater.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the spot now. So yeah, just enjoying living my recovered life as an alcoholic and drug addict. So I'm just always grateful to be here. I am 3 years, 3 months, and 15 days sober today now.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And it's definitely been a blessing. The last couple of days, I've been doing my part to try to have people accountability and doing my part to have save them at the same time. So, you know, that's just always what you guys do the best, and that's all our part is to help and love, reach, and share our experience, strength, and hope. So, you know, that's always what I like to do. And a few other things. Yeah, I remember doing that same thing. I used to always smoke, have the towel in my bathroom in the shower to try to elevate this. Oh man, yeah, you name it, from meth to smoking a cigarette to smoking weed in my house to try to, because I was mostly feeling lazy and whatnot. So, but yeah, thanks for your share, Lauren. It was very good, and I'm just always very grateful to be here and just hoping for the best for my future. Yeah, so thanks, guys. I love you guys. Keep
Love you,
working
Mitch.
it, and,
Thanks, bro.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Great share, Mitch.
Is that it?
Appreciate you. Yeah, man, check this out. 38 people
Stuck around.
stuck around for what I call
The finale.
the finale.
The grand.
We are-
Is that a
finale.
good ratio?
We are, huh?
That's a good ratio, yeah? That's
We
good?
had 50 to start here.
Yeah, well, there
Okay.
was 50. So,
That's
you
good.
know that I'm
Well,
I'm all about people not leaving 5 minutes before the miracle happens. And the miracle is about to happen
Yeah.
because
Oh.
we are the only.
Only in history.
Oh, wait, somebody's got their hand up.
Whoa. Ellie.
We don't
Oh, yeah.
ever want to leave if
We
somebody
never,
has their hand up.
Ever.
So I hope up 37 people now, but hey, I hope the rest of you guys say. I see Riley over there yawning a little bit. He's getting tired. He might be on the East Coast, but let's go ahead and hear from Elle real quick,
Yeah.
guys.
Hi,
Hang
guys.
out for just a few more minutes,
few more
and
minutes.
the miracle's gonna happen
Yeah.
after that. Elle,
Just wanted to say hello.
hello,
I'm new to
welcome.
this one, so enjoying listening tonight. I see familiar faces, and I'm grateful to be here. That's all.
Thank
really.
you.
Thank you so much. Is it Ellie?
Yes.
Okay.
Ellie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ellie.
Hopefully we'll see you next week,
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Thank you.
You will.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, we still got 37 people here, and I'm gonna go ahead and go one more time, man. Because we are the only meeting, the only live Zoom meeting
Yeah.
that
What is
does
happening?
No, I'm telling you.
Everybody
Hold on.
got to
hang on.
turn their cameras on.
Hang
We
on.
got everybody's
What
got to
is
put their
happening,
cameras on.
guys?
Let us
Hang
know
on.
when they're on.
Oh yeah, this is.
All right,
Everyone get
I
their
see
hand-
everybody. I
Yeah,
see everybody.
Oh, that's not.
All right, guys.
Evan.
Everybody's hands up in the air.
Oh, see, everyone's ready.
Lauren,
Look,
hands up
everyone's
in the
already
air. Here we
Okay.
Here
go.
we go. We're gonna push the
All
roof
right,
off.
let's
Like,
go.
what is
Let's go.
Yeah, we're dancing
Oh.
out. We're dancing. We're just shaking around. Oh yeah.
I dig that.
That's what we
Yeah.
do.
We are the only meeting
Yeah.
Yeah.
that dances out.
Yeah, I'm into it.
God,
Grammy
Grammy's
Serenity.
Serenity.
To accept the things I cannot change. The courage
Courage
to
change the things I can.
And
And the
wisdom.
wisdom to know the difference.
Amen. We love you guys.
You guys
See you later.
messed me up.